Hello, good evening, Chuckadelphia. This is Chuck coming to you from the Command Center. And tonight I have part 2 of my special series about conditionals. Tonight we're going to be focusing on the second and third conditionals. So take your mind off of all the problems in the world and relax and come along with me and learn English in Chuckadelphia. Okay? So we're going to be talking about things that are untrue in the present and the future in the second conditional. Okay? So if something happened, another thing would or could happen as a result. Okay? The if clause is like the cause. Okay? It has the simple past in it. The result clause is like the effect. It has the would or could with a simple form of a verb. If we were not on a quarantine, we would be happier. That's a simple sentence, right? So what we got to do is this. To better understand how to create second conditional sentences, change the simple present to the simple past. Also, change negatives to positives and positives to negatives. You can also consider using antonyms of words to make these second conditionals work. And I'll talk to you about that in a few moments, okay? So, see here, this is the truth. I do not like fish. I do not enjoy finasca. Oh my goodness. I know that's sacrilegious to say anywhere near Ecuador, but some people are fans of the bones in the fish, right? But these are true statements, okay? So what I would do is this. This is a negative in the simple present. So at first, I'm going to get rid of the negative. Do not remove that. So then I have like. I like fish. Now, I'm going to make this into the simple past. If I liked fish. All right. See, now over here, I do not enjoy finasca. What I have to do is get rid of not and do, and then use would or could with enjoy. Okay. So if I liked fish, I would or could enjoy finasca. The second conditional makes it a hypothetical situation in the present or future. Okay? So hypothetically, if I liked fish, I would enjoy finasca. It's not the fish. You see, it's the bones. I don't like the fish bones. Okay? But other than that, I love ceviche. Ceviche is wonderful. And cebollado is awesome. I'm not a fan of the finasca. Okay? So how about this? See, I love pizza. I eat it for breakfast. These are true statements. So what I would do is use the simple past and then change this positive into a negative. If I didn't like pizza. Now over here, that's positive, right? So I want to make it into a negative and then use would or could here. If I didn't like pizza, I wouldn't eat it for breakfast. Okay? So this is how we use the second conditional. Now let me give you a few more examples here and give you an important note. Okay? If you were here, I would make you a hamburger. This is like saying you were not here, you are not here, and I will not make you a hamburger. Okay? So I use the simple past and then would and then make my hamburger. If I were taller, I would play basketball more often. You may be wondering why I'm using were instead of was. The thing is, in the second conditional, when we talk about I, he, she, and it, okay, in a formal structure, you want to use were instead of was for the verb to be, okay? And that's if we wanted to use progressives too. You would say if it were snowing, okay? That's the formal structure. Okay, so if you go to Buckingham Palace and you meet the Queen, or if you go on to American Idol, or you're at a job interview, or you're presenting something at a university, and you're using a conditional structure, second conditional, you want to use were, not was. All right, but if you're with your buddies in a chat or WhatsApp or something like that, you would say, if I was. You understand? So that's basically the rule with conditionals and with wish structures, but we'll talk about wish structures another time. I don't want your heads to explode tonight. It's Monday, and you should be relaxing, right? So if it snowed in Quito, the traffic would be a nightmare, okay? So my cat could explore the town if I let him outside. Notice again with the conditional structure, when you start the sentence with a conditional, you're going to use a comma here, okay? But when a conditional comes towards the end of the sentence, you commonly do not use a comma, okay? That's the way cool people do it. So if you want to be cool, pay attention to your comma usage, okay? All right. Now the third conditional, right? The third conditional talks about a conditional that is untrue in the past, okay? So if something had happened, another thing would or could have happened as a result, okay? Again, the if clause is like the cause. It has the past perfect. The result clause is like the effect. It has would or could with have and the past participle of a verb, okay? So if we had not been stuck at at home last night, we would have gone to the basketball game, all right? So that's how the third conditional looks. Now, to better understand how to create the third conditional sentences, change the simple past to the past perfect, okay? So see here, did not stop becomes had stopped, right? Also change negatives to positives, get rid of not there, if I had stopped, okay? And positives to negatives, right? See here, I ran out of gas, so that's going to become a negative, okay? Also determine the cause and effect, okay? A conditional would be a cause, and its result clause would naturally be its effect, okay? So I did not stop at a gas station. That's the cause, and because of that, the effect was I ran out of gas on the highway. These are true statements. But if I had stopped at a gas station, I would not have run out of gas on the highway. This is the third conditional. This is a hypothetical situation about the past, okay? I hated that movie. I asked for my money back. So see here, you could say if I hadn't hated that movie, okay? Or if you didn't want to use a negative, you could use an opposite. If you know an opposite of the verb you're talking about, I know loved. If I had loved that movie, is probably the opposite of hated, but you can use had liked. It kind of implies that it's the opposite of hated, right? Nevertheless, I take the simple past and then I change it into the past perfect. If I had liked that movie, I would not have asked for my money back. You understand? And that's the third conditional structure. Okay? Now let's take a look at a few more examples here. If you had been here, I would have made you a hamburger. If Ricky Martin had played a concert in Quito in December, the traffic would have been a nightmare. And many people would have lost their minds because Ricky Martin has that effect on people. Take that how you would like, okay? If it had rained last night, I would have slept peacefully. I would have given you your money back if I had seen you earlier. Notice again, to follow the comma structure, if you had been here, you put the comma at the end of the conditional clause, and then when the conditional is in the sentence towards the end, you do not use a comma. You understand? So that is all for tonight, my friends. That is how we use the second and third conditionals. I thank you very much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I also hope that everything is going great for you and your family. I hope you're staying safe and calm, and please know that, we truly hope that this ends soon and things can get back somewhat close to normal as soon as possible. But thank you for watching. Please share these videos with your friends and help spread the good word of Chuckadelphia and Infinite English Academy all over the world. Okay, so that's all for tonight. Thank you, Scott Cassidy, for this lovely photo from Australia. I truly appreciate it. And as always, Carpe diem, my friends. And ciao, ciao. Okay, take care.